So now I'm going to show you how to cut and sew the fila. That's the male cap, traditional cap. It's done from array of fabric, from woven fabric, the Aso-oke. Here we have different assortment. Then from the Japanese attire also, like these ones are damask. And if you notice at the end, there's embroidery, just like the embroidery I showed you how to do to mount on your boo-boo. It's the same procedure. So I will ask you to watch closely and enjoy. So for the fila, to make the fila, what you need is a strip of the fabric you need to make it. So these are the woven fabric. Here it's just like about 36 inches long of the strip you need. Then the next thing is to take the measurement around your head. So like I'll use my head to demonstrate. You take a close measurement around your head. So whatever measurement you have, so in most cases it falls between 22 to about 24, depending on how endowed you are up there. So with that measurement, you use it to cut out of the strip, whatever measurement you have. So I'm measuring out 22 right now. So you cut it out, you measure it out, and add a little bit of at least 1 inch to 1.5 inch of seam allowance. So I'm marking it at 24. So then you cut. I've already done the cutting here. Here I already have my cutter piece. And because you are going to line it, you need to line it. It's a very hard fabric, so that it may not be comfortable on your head. So there's need to line it so that it will be easier for you to wear. So I've done that. I've used that 22 plus 1 inch seam allowance, 1 to 1.5 seam allowance to cut both the lining and the actual Aso-oke strip. Then I also need a top for the cap. So what you do is just to have cut about say 10 inches, which I did here. 10 inch of part of the strip, about 10 inch. Here I have 9.5. Then you fold it into 4. You want to make a circle, not really a circle, it's more like a rectangle, because you may not have a perfect circle, and at line, then cut out. So this is going to be the crown of the cap itself. So with this now, I will now show you how to sew it. So before you sew, if you notice these ones here, you notice they are extended so that it will become longer, because when they wear it, they normally bend. So to add this extension, you may cut 2 of this strip. This other one you fold into 2 equal parts. So in this part you will do all your embroidery, all the embroidery you need. But this one I'm going to show you is just a plain one. It's showing you how to put it together. And position it here to align with this, and so it's going to be like a sandwich in between your lining and the actual fabric. Pin in place. My method, this method I'm using, some other seasoned tailors may use another approach, because there are several approaches to it. Sometimes the fabric may be cut in bias, shape for it to bend properly. So you cannot join this. You should ideally use matching thread, but I want you to see what I'm doing. So I'm still using a contrast thread. Make sure your stitch is a straight stitch. So I've done that. This is going to be like the bottom of the cap itself. So the first thing I will do is to sew the crown. I need to mark it so that go slowly. So I'm going to start sew on one side first. So I'll do the same thing on the other side. I have to turn it the other way so that I can to be accessible. So the next thing is to do the same thing to the lining. So it's going to be the opposite side. So this time we'll sew it so that by the time it finishes, it covers off the rough edges. So I also look for the middle so that there will be uniformity. I don't want it to be twisted. And the middle part of this other one. So I'm sewing this way. So I've added the crown to the lining, so you can see it covers the neatly, has covered the, because this fabric, the Aso-oke, this particular one, because it's metallic type, it frays a lot. You can see it's frayed badly. So with this cover up, it's easier to, so I can now join the main part first. Now is to this remaining edge, I will just close it, top stitch it. So before I finish closing it up, I want to check, because I don't want it to be too big for the wearer. So this is 11, so I'm going to close it. You can see it's looking so rough. What I will do, I'm making it run out first, so it will hide all this fraying that's going on. So fold this one neatly and top stitch it. For these other parts, you can just fold this in. Top stitch. So let's turn it to the right side. By the time you iron it, properly iron to bring that all the seam. But when you're ironing, you remember it's metallic, so that you have to put something, a press cloth over it, and voila.